What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today we are back with my latest collection of hoopties, including one of them that I just sold for an unbelievably discounted price. I'm certain I've lost thousands of dollars on it, the 1966 Ford Galaxie 500. But before we get into that, I thought I'd introduce you to the latest collection of hoopties on my channel, the 2009 Mercedes-Benz S65 AMG, my twin-turbo V12. This is my baller mobile right here, guys. I don't know anything about it. They just dropped it off last night, and here it is. I put it in the shop. Today I brought it back outside. We also have the really cheap and really broken Mercedes-Benz G500 from 2001. This one we just brought back from Maaco. They put a fresh new white paint job on it. This is my fully functioning police car, my 2005 Ford Crown Victoria. Runs and drives great and looks great thanks to Maaco. The one that's the subject of today's video, my 1966 Ford Galaxie 500. I need to go over the numbers before I conclude this video, but I promise you I've lost at least 3,000, probably more than 4,000 on this car. This is a brand new one to the channel. I haven't even filmed it yet. This is my 1972 Chevrolet Chevelle, and this is my new favorite car. I absolutely love this one. I can't wait to make a video for you. This is also new to the channel, has not been filmed yet. This is my 1999, I think. I don't remember, guys. Chevrolet Corvette. This is a base model with a custom wrap. It had a ground effects kit on it, but I just took it off camera because it was totally broken and it catches on everything. It's a pretty cool car. It is a LS1, small block 350, like 350 horsepower, and manual transmission. I got this super cheap, super low miles. By the way, all these cars, no longer do we have to worry about salvage or rebuilt titles. No. Everything here is clean title. And everything here, I think I paid a really good price for. I think I got these things really cheap. For example, my G500, unheard of price of $9,450. My S65 AMG, only 12,000 bucks, guys. $12,000 for a twin turbo V12 flagship Mercedes. It's insane, some of the deals you can come across at the auction, but I've been focusing on trying to find some of the best deals, some of the cheapest deals, and some of the nicest vehicles in their price range. and then we get to this one. This one I thought I did really good on because I won the auction for 8,800 bucks, and I thought, man, you can't go wrong with it. It had minimal rust, very little rust. Had a little rust up here in the wheel arches, a little bit in the quarters, and some down at the very bottoms of the doors. But I mean, overall, the car was practically rust-free. Floors solid, trunk pans solid, frame solid. It's got a 352 with a 4-barrel, automatic transmission. I spent over $1,000 on wheels, probably another $400 or $500 on tires. I spent $2,900 on paint and bodywork. You see where I'm going with this? Plus shipping from, I think, New York all the way down here. So we got the keys to it. We're going to check it out. But first, I left the G-Wagon sitting here because this thing has had a problem with the battery going dead overnight. And I wanted to see, after leaving it sitting for a couple days, well, I think we fixed it. I really do. I am so paranoid about this that I've left the battery cover off in the back here. I leave it off because I just know that we're going to be faced with a dead battery. We've now driven it 313 miles. Oh, nope. Yep. So I left it here for 2 days, and the battery's not completely dead, but it's dead enough that, great. Okay, it's really, we checked for a parasitic draw, couldn't find one. I've heard some people tell me in the comments that these things are notorious for the SAM modules not shutting down. That's these modules under the seat right here. And what's crazy, we're gonna try this out. What's crazy is when I got this, somebody had already unplugged the SAM modules are seat acquisition modules. They're really, I don't know, I don't get the point of them really, but computers for the seats. When I got this thing, they were all unplugged. Both front seats were completely disconnected. And I'm starting to think it may be the SAM modules. I was told by several people on YouTube in the comment section, it's either the SAM modules intermittently going in and out, going to sleep and waking up, or it's the nav fan. There's a fan behind there that if it doesn't go to sleep, it will wake up and just start spinning and kill the battery. And it is totally intermittent, and it is really difficult to trace down. So give me a minute. Let me undo these SAM modules. I'm going to put this thing on a charge, and then I'm going to leave it again and see if it goes dead with the seat modules unplugged. All right, well, let's take a look at the star of the show today, the 66 Galaxie. And I've been locking everything now. I had several, oh, come on, wrong key. Always the wrong key. I forgot I had to have keys made for this. Let's see how it starts up, because it is absolutely freezing cold out here today. Ooh, somebody moved the seat up. I can never remember which keys go to what. There we go. Here we go. Let's give it a couple pumps. Now, of course, it's an old Ford, man. It's ice cold out here. Woo! Listen to this thing. Fire it up first try. This thing has been parked here forever. And listen to her purr. Someone got a steal of a deal on this car. They really did. I sold it last night. Oh, what is that noise? That's new. You gonna start acting up for the new owner? Is that what we're doing? Perfect. There's your 352 with a 4-barrel Holly. A 4-barrel Holly. Stock manifolds. Some aftermarket goodies. Edelbrock intake. Got some nice Ford Performance valve covers. Oh, I bet that's the power steering pump that's making that whining. Oh yeah, she's a little low. A little bit low. No big deal. Listen to her though, man. What a car. Battery from 2017, still kicking right along, man. I can't believe it. This car fires up like it's nobody's business. Like, this thing is just tuned right, you know what I mean? This thing is tuned right. There we go. I like to go over and just kind of make sure these hinges are pushed down as good as you can get them. Lights, signals, everything. Wipers, all work on this car. Someone got it for $9,000. I can't wait to go inside and put the numbers together and find out how much I lost on this car. You know what I don't think works? Oh, yeah, heater does work. Only works on high, but the heater does work. It's on defrost right now. There's defrost. Golly, that's tough. Heat, temperature high. We'll turn that off for right now. Turn the headlights on. Even the brights work. See? This is an incredible car. I really hate to see it go, especially for the price that I sold it for. A lot of you are going to be mad at me that I sold. Oh yeah, the seat was moved way, way, way forward. Some of you are going to be mad at me that I sold it for so cheap, and I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of mad at myself for selling it so cheap too. It is a great running and driving car. The problem is selling these things at the auction is hard. There we go. Let me get buckled up, guys. Let's take her on a little drive. All right, let's do it to it. Power steering pump is whining. Carburetor's cutting out a little bit. I've never driven this thing when it's cold like this. She's definitely not happy about it. I promise you, she'll get used to it real quick. Once this engine gets warmed up, she'll be fine. Even the speedometer works. It's just an all-around great car, and I'm not trying to sell it to you anymore. I get so many people saying, you sound like a used car salesman, Randy. Well, I'm not trying to sell you anything. So, you know what I mean? Like, you can't buy anything from me. I'm a wholesale dealer. So, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just telling you my personal opinion and my own experience with each car that I get. You know, for better or worse. And lately, for the most part, I've been on a pretty good winning streak, man. Ooh, the wind. Wow. My goodness. This thing is like a brick on wheels. The wind is just hitting me from every freaking direction. Aside from the wind and the noise, it's just a good old cruiser, man. I had a lot of people tell me they didn't like the hood. I could have sourced another hood for it, but again, more money, and was it really going to make that big of a difference on the selling price of the car at a wholesale auction? Probably not. So, in my opinion, it wasn't worth wasting the money. This is a car that's not going to win any shows, you know, it's not going to win any contests or competitions. What this is, though, is it's a really solid foundation. It's something that you could pretty much do whatever you want with. You could drive it and enjoy it as is, aside from the headliner laying on my head. You could drive this and enjoy it, take it to Cars and Coffee, just have a good time with it. Take the kids or grandkids out on little, you know, joy rides. You could fix it up if you wanted to. You could build it up if you wanted to. The possibilities are endless. The great thing about this car is it's ready for anything. You could just leave it as it is and just enjoy driving this on the weekends. Hell, daily driving in the spring and the summertime if you wanted to. She'll handle it, man. I have put at least a couple hundred miles on this car. And for me, that's a lot. I don't drive every car that many miles, but when I really like something, yeah, I'll drive it around, man. I've driven this thing all over the place, and it rides like an absolute dream. The steering is great. And again, whoever you are that got this car for $9,000, count your blessings, because I wasn't going to let it go for anything less than 10. Unfortunately, the auction, I kept relisting it and relisting it and relisting it, and every time it would get a bid of like $6,100, and that was it. So when I finally got an offer of $9,000, I took it, man. I was like, this is probably the best it's going to do. Let's just get rid of it, cut our losses, and we'll move on to the next one. You may have noticed one of the police cars was missing. That car was finally picked up today, and it is on its way to Australia to go live out the rest of its days with Mark Bear. If you guys are curious about his channel and what he does, you should go check him out, because my 94 Corvette is also on its way to him in Australia, and he bought my old Chevy pickup truck. It's now in Australia, so check him out. His channel is literally Mark Bear, B-E-H-R, Mark Bear. Go check him out. I'll put a link below this video. As you can see, though, guys, this car, not a problem, man. It cruises at highway speeds with no issue. This thing is probably the best running and driving old school car that I have had on the channel in a long, long time. Aside from a little bit of wind noise and the wind literally blowing me all over the road, this is a solid car, and I'm really, really going to miss it. I'm also going to miss all the money that I sunk into it, because honestly, for what I sold it for, I might as well have just done nothing to it at all and just relisted it for sale. Or here's an idea, not even bought it at all. We made it to the 5-mile mark, the halfway point. You can see the temp gauge is sitting right at 190. Always hangs out at 190, guys. That power steering pump is definitely making some noise. This is where I always get out and just kind of walk around the car and, I don't know, admire it for the last time, because this is the last time you're going to see it on the channel. I had a lot of you tell me that if I could have sold it to the public, you would have been interested in it. That's a shame, because unfortunately, like I told you guys before, the retail license is not going to happen. It's just too much of a PITA. And for those that were wondering why it's not going to happen, I guess I never acknowledged that in the video. But basically what it came down to is the Board of Commissioners wanted me to pay the $24,000 in full up front before they would even consider approving my retail license. And that wasn't the agreement. You know what I mean? That's not what we had agreed to. And at the end of the day, I decided that's not the route I want to go. I would much rather, with the way things are going right now, I'd rather keep that money in the bank and have it in case of an emergency than to hand it all over at once to the tax commission or the state of Oklahoma, whatever you want to call it, used motor vehicle commission, and then something happens and I don't have access to that money anymore. So that's what it came down to. Personal preference. I could have paid it. We could have had the retail license, but I couldn't do it. I had a lot of you saying that they were contractually obligated to honor that agreement. They were not, guys. They were not, because the agreement that we signed, the contract we signed, had to be voted on for approval by the Board of Commissioners. So it was not a legitimate contract until it was voted on and approved or denied. And ultimately, it was approved, but only if I didn't have a retail license. They would have denied it if I was going to pursue the retail license. They would have said, no, we're not going to. They said they were not going to approve the retail license until they had that money. I told them, keep the retail license. I didn't really want it anyway. Let's stick with wholesale, and I'll keep my money. Unfortunately, I've been going round and round lately trying to get something worked out with my retail license. Now they're telling me that my bond is wrong. The bond that I've had for the last 6 years that they approved at the beginning, they're saying is not the correct bond. So I've had to go back and spend more money getting another bond. This is my third bond now that I've gotten for this, and I'm having a hard time getting people to get back to me. It's like ring around the rosy, man. We're gonna get it done though, guys. We will. Let's move on. Let's see if this old girl will make it the 5 miles back home. I have a lot of people ask me where I'm selling my cars through. Some of you guys out there, and gals, I don't want to leave out the gals, some of you guys and gals out there are dealers, or you know dealers. And a lot of people ask, where are you selling your cars so that you could possibly get in on the action and bid on them? It's ACV auctions, almost exclusively. I haven't sold through Copart in a long time. ACV has been working out very well for me, aside from losing a lot of money. The cars do not seem to sell very well because, I mean, it is a wholesale auction. I find pretty good deals there when it's time to buy, but when it comes time to sell, that's where I start running into some pretty serious problems. Either way, it's working out great because I list the cars. I can auction them any day, anytime I want. I have control over that through my computer and my app. I can set whatever reserve, whatever price I want. I can sell them with no reserve. I can list them 10 times if I want to, over and over again, back to back, until I finally get an offer that I like. And they take care of the title work for me. They take care of all the document handling for me. And usually I am paid in full within 5 to 6 days of the car being sold. Shipping is great because the cars are there one day and they're gone the next. Honestly, it's so streamlined, so smooth, and so easy. In my opinion, it is kind of worth losing money just because of how simple they make the process. With that said, nobody likes losing money. At the end of the day, though, this is what it is, man. This is what it's come to for me. I have to accept that I'm going to lose money on pretty much everything I buy at the auction, and I just have to chalk it up to part of my cost of doing business. I guess at the end of the year, it is a tax write-off after all. So there's that. This old girl is going to have no problems making it home. I'm going to miss this car. I say that all the time, and a lot of people don't believe me. I actually grow an attachment to these cars. I really do. And I love my classics. The problem is, generally speaking, classic cars do not do well on the channel. Apparently, the majority of you guys and gals watching are not all that interested in classic cars. And then when it's time to sell them, typically I'm losing a lot when it comes time to sell the cars. After I do all the work and spend all the money to fix them up and make them nice again, somebody else ends up getting a bargain of a deal, and I end up left holding the bag. So I have a genuine question for any of you that are into classic automobiles. Maybe you can help me understand why this car brought so little money. It barely brought more than what I paid. I mean, seriously, I paid before shipping and before auction fees, I paid $8,800 for this car. I sold it for $9,000. And when I bought it, it had the rust problems. It had horrible paint. It was missing all the keys except for one ignition key. I can't understand. The car looks so much better. It's got new wheels and tires, fresh paint. I really thought this car was going to do a little bit better. You know, if I could have got 10 grand out of it, I probably could have accepted that. I'd have been like, 10 grand, okay, fine. But 9 grand? Really? Is it just that maybe the Ford Galaxie just isn't that popular of a car? I don't know, because I'm not a Ford guy. But I'll say this, I love this car. I would buy another one of these. I'd have to get it for like 5 grand to make me even think about buying another one of these cars. It would have to be something stupid cheap. Maybe the Galaxies just aren't that popular of a car. I don't know. It seems to me that this car should have brought a lot more money than it did. And I was really expecting it to do a little bit better than 9 grand. Anyway, enough harping on that. Why don't we figure out how much money we lost on this car? I'm gonna go to the house. I'm gonna pull out the file on it. I will do some mathematics, and I'll come right back and we will find out together, because I don't even know the answer yet, exactly how much I lost buying, fixing, and flipping this car. Okay, is everybody ready to find out what we lost on this car? It's worse than I thought. It's way worse than I thought. I just went through, I mean, all of my documents. I tell you guys, I keep a file on every car. I know how much I spend on everything. The only thing that I'm missing from this file is how much the keys cost. And I can't for the life of me remember what I spent on the keys. And for whatever reason, I don't have the receipt. So I can't count it. So that's money that I just, you know, that's out of pocket. I'm not going to be able to count that. But anyway, here's what we came out with. I purchased the car. This was insane. It was I didn't realize it was this much. $10,000 something was the because of auction fees, and then on top of that, the shipping from New York down here is absolutely incredible. So yeah, I paid over 10 grand for this car. I was looking for the receipt. There it is right there. So the car I won for $8,500. There was a $415 buyer fee, a $25 some third-party fee. Then there was a transportation was $1,684 for a grand total of $10,624 to buy this car. The wheels came out to be $900, and they weren't as bad as I thought. I thought I had like $1,400. The wheels were like $941. I paid $50 to Walmart for something. I don't remember what it was. $2,900 to Mako for a paint job. I mean, I've got all kinds of little miscellaneous stuff in here. Stuff that I bought from eBay. Just miscellaneous stuff. But at the end of the day, this is the number that really matters. And this is the one that really sucks. So total investment into the car, $15,001.88. I had $15,000 into that car. I got to stop doing this kind of stuff. This is bad because the video revenue doesn't even come close to making up for this, guys. Obviously, I told you I sold it for $9,000, but I have to pay seller's fees. All right, the seller's fees are cheap at ACV. I love it because it's only $150. Right, $150, and that's it. Which leaves me. You ready? Did you guys do the math? This leaves me with a negative $6,151.88. That's right. On this one car alone, I just lost $6,151.88 in a matter of just a few months on this car. Obviously, the videos did not do particularly well on this car, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get into my YouTube account. I'm going to go to content, and we're going to try to find the Galaxie, and we're gonna figure out how much. No way. Don't tell me I only did 2 videos on this car. No, I did 3. Okay, so the first video on this car was September 6th. Let's find out how much that video made. 1,000. I'm going to write this down because we're going to figure this out. And this is why. Like this is bad. This is really bad. The car just did not do that good. Call it $1,400 on video number 1, and that's usually the video it's going to do the best. All right. Then we're going to go back and we're going to type in Galaxie again. I hate that it makes it do it like this, but here's the second video where we took it to the locksmith. That video is $685. Yep. Let's write that down. And then the last one should be a Mako video on the car. We're going to show all. We're just going to look for our most recent. Here we go. I paid $2,900 for a Mako paint job. This is the last video on the car. That one did pretty good, $1,218. We'll just call it $1,200 to make it nice and easy. All right, so now we're going to go back to the calculator where we are at a loss of $61.51.88. We're going to subtract $1,400. Then we're going to subtract $685. We're going to subtract $1,200. And this is going to tell us how much we actually lost. The real loss on this car after video revenue is $2,866.88. I lost $3,000 on this car. So this doesn't count my time. This doesn't count all the effort that it takes, the driving back and forth to drop a car off, to pick the car up from Mako, to take tires and stuff to Walmart, to move product from my home all the way down here for the car, and then to install this. This doesn't include any of my own personal labor, my own personal time, mileage, nothing. At the end of the day, even with YouTube revenue on this particular car, we lost $3,000, guys. So I ate a big one on this one. This one hurts, man. And it's a shame because it really is a nice car. But at the end of the day, nobody in their right mind, not even retail, I don't think, would have paid $15,000 for this car. That was my fault for getting invested into something because I liked it. And instead of looking at it from a business perspective, I was looking at this through the eyes of someone that just loves the car. And this is why I enjoy the cheaper cars, things like this old Lexus, so much. You know, you pay next to nothing. You can get a car like this for $500-600 at the auction. Nobody wants it. Honestly, I understand why nobody wants it. This particular one is a total piece. It's something. But on a cheaper car like this, you can't lose money. It's impossible for me to lose money. It doesn't matter how much I spend working on it, fixing it up. Parts are cheap, readily available. It's something like this that makes it impossible to lose money on. But as you start stepping your game up to more expensive and more risky cars, you know, that changes. Don't count this one. This is my personal car that I never drive. Anyway, but then you get into some of these deals, and this is the kind of the direction I'm trying. It's an experiment I'm trying out with the channel. And we've done higher end cars before. We've had a Bentley Continental GT twin turbo V12 on the channel before. We had an Aston Martin. What was a Volant? I don't even remember what it was anymore. It's an Aston Martin V8 Vantage, Aston Martin V8 Vantage. So this is not the first time. We've had several S-Class Mercedes on the channel, S63, now an S65. I think I've had two S63s. So, I mean, it's not like we've never done them before. It's just these vehicles are way more risky because I was talking to my buddy Mercedes John. You guys might know him. He works at Mercedes-Benz locally here. And he was looking up some of the things that have been done to this car, and there's been a lot done to this car. And he was telling me, like, for some of the services, just basic stuff, it costs you $6,000 just to walk in the door. And to look at something, like one thing on this could cost you $6,000. God forbid if you end up with like an engine out service. He said an engine out on this V12, you could be into $10,000. No question, man. Like, this is a very sketchy car. It's very risky to buy. You want to talk about a gamble? These are a gamble. But if you could get it for a good price, well, then it makes the gamble kind of worth it, right? And for 10 grand, well, 12, sorry. I paid 12 for this one. For $12,000 for something like this, it's kind of hard to say no. And again, we don't know anything about it. It was sold on a red light, which means it could be completely blown up. I don't know what to expect from this car. Same thing with this G-Wagon here. I took a risk on it, you know, but again, for $9,450, this thing right here would normally be around $30,000, and it will never depreciate. You're never going to lose money on a G-Wagon. I feel the same way about this S65 as well. I don't think you're ever going to lose money on it because when you're sitting at $12,000 for something like this, guys, if I wanted to part it out, you know how much ignition coils are on this car? You don't want to know, okay? You don't want to know how much ignition coils. These are not single coils. These are a bank of coils all tied together, and there are 12 of them on each side. It's one giant coil with 12 like individual coils like melded into one. You know what I mean? These things are insanely expensive. Parts for this car are worth a ton of money. So I don't think I could really get too hurt on this for the price. And if it turns out to be a good car, we may have scored really big because recently, not too long ago, I found this car by searching the VIN number online. It had recently sold at a dealership for somewhere around $28,000. I just bought it for $30,000 G-Wagon. I got it for less than 10. These are really insane deals, but you're taking a risk because you don't know what's wrong with them. And that, I think, is part of the fun in sharing with you guys. We buy something that's a risk. We find out if it's any good. If it's broken, we see if we can fix it. Not all things that I buy are going to be things that I am capable of fixing, okay? I'm not some of these bigger YouTubers that can just go out here and jump in and tear a V12 engine down. I don't have that kind of experience, and it's not something, honestly, I'm even interested in. But if there are things we can fix within reason, I want to fix them on the channel. We'll trace things down, figure out what's causing the problem, replace the parts we need to, and hopefully take some of these old cars that other people gave up on, like this one, that only needed a $60 throttle position sensor. That was it. They dumped it at auction, a $30,000 G-Wagon. They dumped it at auction over a $60 throttle position sensor. Insanity. Maybe we'll have the same luck with the V12. Maybe not. Cars like this, also really hard to lose money on, guys. This thing was like $1,250. Are you kidding me? There's no possible way of losing money on something like this. This one, obviously not the case. And then this one right here, this is going to be the one, because obviously this was not a cheap car. This is a very, very nice Chevelle, and it was not cheap. Okay, now I don't think I overspent on it at all. I did a lot of market research before I jumped on this at the dealer-only auction, but it still was not a cheap car, and there's no way video revenue will ever come close to paying for it. This is one that I bought for myself. It's something I'm going to share with you guys. We'll get it on video. I'll take you guys out. We'll do a cruise in it and everything. But at the end of the day, this is not just a content car. This is a car so that I have an old school classic that I can take out and enjoy. And it's something I can be proud to show off, you know, when I'm out and about. This one right here, not really sure what's happening with this or what we're going to do with this. This car arrived about a month late, and here it is, and that's all. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm waiting for a nice clear day, because as you can see, the weather is nasty. It is really cold, it is really gloomy, and I don't think gloomy weather is going to do any of these new cars justice. So we're going to wait for some better weather to showcase the new cars. Monkey Wrench Mike should be coming down. I know for a fact he wants to be here for the S65. He wants to jump into this with me and do a video, so stay tuned, because this one is going to be coming very soon. We're just waiting on some nice, warmer weather. With that, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have. I don't have any more cars planned for now, but I will let you in on a little secret. I'm winning another Mercedes. It's a Maybach. Or is it a Maybach? Maybach. I don't know. It's a W222 though, not a 221. And I'm winning it for incredibly cheap, because it was, how should I say this? It was probably a gangster's car, and it looks like you would expect it to. Biohazard and some other things. Monkey Wrench Mike found it and sent it to me. So if all goes well, maybe that will end up on the channel, and obviously we'll get Monkey Wrench Mike in on that adventure as well. Non-runner, and going for really, really cheap. With that said, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button and let me know. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.